It's the Chip and Lance Show with Chip and Lance.
Oh no! His little paws around my throat, edging my head toward the propeller. He's so strong for a badger. I don't even understand how he's getting any leverage, but he is. Is this the end of Chip McGregory? He's too strong. It's the end I always feared. Decapitated by a badger in midair. My cranium.
Hey! You get that man's head away from that propeller. That's right, Badger. Meet the good jerk.
Lance!
Surprised to see me?
He's asking if you were brave enough to come all alone.
Tell him no. I brought these.
Where'd you get those 2 machine guns, Lance?
Wow, where'd Redford get those 2 machine guns? This is awesome.
I provided the jetpacks, but the machine guns came from within his gun rack. They came from within his gun rack.
Can I get a jetpack?
No.
Boy, even with 2 awesome machine guns at close range, it's going to be hard for Redford to make that shot while hovering in an unstable jetpack next to an unpiloted plane that's cascading through the air.
Making the shot, that's the easy part, Sparky.
Well, what's the hard part?
Not hitting Chip in the process.
Oh boy, this is exciting.
I got my 2 machine guns trained on you, Badger Lord. Don't you move his head another inch. Chip, Chip. Aim small, miss small. Aim small, miss small. I am not throwing away this shot. What was it Chip told me about shooting?
Die, cans!
Boy, Chip, what makes you such a great shot with them guns?
I thought a lot about that very question, Lance. I think it comes down to one thing. My skill.
Well, yeah, Chip, but what if I wanted to be as skillful as you? What would I need to do?
Cool. That's easy, Lance. You should give up.
Dang it all, Chip.
To be a great shot, Lance, you gotta have steady and movable hands.
But how could I get those, Chip?
The easiest way would be if you died, Lance.
Oh.
The next thing you need, Lance, is calmness. Yes, that's right. Calmness. I just remembered Goodnight Moon. Goodnight Moon.
Chip, stop it. Stop.
I'm sorry about that, Lance.
Chip, you can't just freak out when you think of that book.
You're right, Lance. I promise it won't never happen again. Thanks for coming shooting with me, Lance. Nothing like blowing things apart to bring people together.
Well, sure, Chip. What are friends for?
I love you, Lance.
Yeah, likewise, Chip.
You're supposed to say, I love you too, Chip, Lance.
Well, that's what I say to Laura and the kids, but it ain't so much a thing to say between man friends, is it?
Oh, okay, well, that's fine. Lance, I got a question.
Yeah, Chip.
It's something I've been thinking a lot about.
And what is it, Chip?
Well, I guess the easiest way to ask it would be this. What would you do if we were attacked by a badger pilot in an airplane, Lance?
You know what, Chip?
What's that, Lance?
I think the chances of that happening are pretty slim.
I suppose.
If it did happen, it might be nice if I knew more about how to shoot, though, don't you think, Chip?
I guess it really boils down to a 2-step process, Lance. First you aim, then you shoot. But even before the first thing, you gotta say something awesome like, hey, Folgers can, how's this for a wake-up call?
Aim and shoot, aim and shoot, aim and shoot. First say something awesome, okay? Hey, Badger Lord! Your reign is over. Chip! I didn't hit you, did I? Chip?
Did you see that, Saxophone Joe? He got the Badger Lord.
But he struck the propeller as well, Sparky. The plane is going down.
Then why doesn't Lance just grab Chip?
You don't understand, Sparky. I only had one model of jetpack to give to Lance.
So what?
It's only rated for the weight of one person.
But surely Lance can use it.
It's only rated for one, Sparky.
Then there's only one thing we can do, Saxophone Joe.
What's that?
Pray.
Oh, for King's sake, the plane's going down and me with this jetpack only rated for one. Saxophone Joe was very adamant about that. Chip, Chip, wake up, Chip! Chip!
Lance! Hi, Lance. I had the strangest dream.
Yeah, I know, the Bachelor was piloting a plane.
What? No, I started a pickle factory, Lance. It made pickles.
Okay, anyway, you don't gotta worry about the Bachelor no more, Chip.
What are you doing, Lance?
I'm climbing into the cockpit. You take this jetpack, Chip.
But you took my jetpack away, Lance. You said it caused more trouble.
Well, I'm giving it back.
Okay. My jetpack's on, but
Push the jetpack activation button, Chip.
what about you?
I'll be all right. Push the button, Chip.
But Lance!
Chip, I want to thank you for keeping me company during this quarantine. I'm sorry I was cross with you so much of the time.
But Lance, when one examines the facts closely, I did discharge my firearm in your house several times and break your window, or maybe even plural windows, and set your house on fire and destroy any number of precious items from your personal inventory and generally make a nuisance of myself. One might even surmise that on one or two occasions you had a right to be cross. I barely even wash my hands, Lance.
Well, Chip, there's something more important than hand washing. It starts with an L.
Lunch!
No, Chip. Love.
But you said love ain't so much a word used by man friends, Lance.
Well, I wouldn't mind you saying it now, Chip.
Well, sure. I love you, Lance.
I reckon I love you too, Chip. I'll press the button.
But Lance!
Press the button, Chip!
I won't do it.
I'm sorry, Chip. I'm just gonna have to use this remote control.
What? No, Lance!
To lower the kids, I love them,
Don't
Chip!
press the button!
Goodbye, Chip. Well, nothing for it. Praise God from whom all blessings flow.
Whoa, he's plummeting straight towards his own house. And here comes Chip on the jetpack.
Chip! Are you all right, Chip?
No! Someone help Lance!
Praise Father, Son, and Holy
Chip!
Leave him alone.
Lance!
Let the man grieve.
Lance! No! Oh, this is just like my dream. Only instead of a pickle factory, Lance is dead.
What? Where am I?
It's all right, son.
Saxophone Joe? Where am I? What's this body cast?
You're in the hospital, Lance, but the doctors say you're gonna be just fine.
What?
Lance, you were on the Badger Lord's plane when it crashed into your own house.
Oh, right, yeah. It's coming back to me.
Well, Doc said you would have been killed by the impact, except for a few things in your favor.
What were they?
Well, for one thing, the whole structure of your house has been softened by some sort of giant fire that took place there.
What?
For another thing, someone had mostly destroyed your imitation mahogany table. I guess when you were thrown from the plane, your head would have been impaled on it if it hadn't been turned into popsicle sticks. It helped that the plane was slowed down by a giant flock of geese right before impact. Didn't go too well for the geese, though. Except for that one, he escaped.
Dang geese.
Perhaps most fortunate of all, your head landed in a pile of rancid milk and dinosaur action figures for some reason. Your skull would have been pulverized. You can be thankful, Lance, that someone in your house, and I don't know who, was playing Dinosaur Serial Volcano Time.
Okay, Joe.
You're a lucky man, Lance Redford.
Lucky.
Ill news, my liege. The Badger Lord has been defeated.
The infidel McGregory has triumphed again.
No, your Sultanic Majesty, it was the other one, his friend.
The weakling Redford.
The very same.
Is the body of the Badger Lord recovered?
Yes, Majesty. But
We can rebuild him. We have the technology.
yes, Majesty.
Bring me the crystal of mystic vision at once.
Of course, Sultan of Sadism.
It seems it is not just McGregory we must watch anymore.
Very amusing, Majesty.
Lance! Lance!
Hi, Chip.
You're safe and sound, Lance. I thought I was going to have to use my time machine for a minute.
yeah. Let's save that for another day, Chip.
Hey, Lance, did you mean it when you said you loved me? Even in spite of all the stuff I've done over the last few weeks?
Of course I love you, Chip. I've been meaning to say it. I just guess I needed a quarantunity.
Well, we all needed a quarantunity, Lance. We all needed a quarantunity.
Chip, can you try to be a little more responsible from now on?
Lance, I promise from now on to be as responsible as I know how.
Thanks, Chip.
I mean it, Lance.
Where's Laura and the kids, Chip?
They're still driving down, but don't worry, I sent Pink Eye in a possum drone. Use your flamethrower on the brakes.
You're burning the brakes on my wife's car, Chip?
Of course, Lance, so she can get here faster. And speaking of uses for fire, let's get you out of this body cast.
Oh, no, Chip, no.
One other point of interest, Lance. You think the doctor will mind that I accidentally brought in a hive of killer bees?
What? No!
Oh, die, bees!
There's bees under my bandages.
Maybe I can shoot them too.
No, Chip.
I know what bees are scared of. Possums